stand by. Okay, so right now we are like 40 seconds ahead, so you're not receiving enough. It sets you, crap. Okay, sweet. So, um, just hold on a minute as I go and connect the other device. Okay, and we're back. So, those of you who are watching on YouTube right now, if this, okay, the streaming, those of you who are watching on YouTube, if it's not working as it should, what we'll probably have to do is um, okay. Alright, looks like it's working now. So, um, since it's back to school time, we're gonna be reviewing some of the back to school laptops. But first, get into the background. If you are on stream, or I mean Twitch, please follow TechLab Industry and also check out our modes. This is the I subbed merchandise. Alright, I'm gonna go check on how our streams work and I will be back. Okay, if you're on YouTube, we're going to have to stop. Okay, so how are we working? Um, uh, this should, okay, cool. How's it going? Let's see if this works. Oh, cool, it worked. Alright, so, our first, we've had some technical difficulties. Who will fight? Okay, so the first, uh, laptop that we can recommend is a take a it's an actually ridiculously expensive one. Um and I just heard laughing, so um the first one being the MacBook Pro 16 inch. Um mind you, almost all the laptops that I'm looking at more than likely have SSDs in it and um um the first one being will have more likely an SSD in them. They'll have at least 4 gigs of RAM and hopefully they'll get you by for your day-to-day tasks. There's actually two Apple computers on this list. One is also known as a nuclear bomb. uh, if Tim Cook is watching, it's not my fault. You guys just, you know, not going strong there, Apple. Not going strong. Let me fix my audio. Nope. Okay. So, reason we can recommend the 16-inch MacBook Pro is it has all the way up to 16 or almost up to 64 gigs of RAM. You get with Radeon graphics. And it's got the touch bar from its little brother, the MacBook Pro 13, and I believe the 15-inch had it before Apple brutally killed it off. It's a pretty easy to recommend, except for the price of almost 2,400 baseline. And maybe even lower. I mean, if you got that type of money, I could definitely not recommend this for middle school unless you have Apple Care on it because, well, it's a MacBook. It's going to mess up. No hard feelings, Apple. Alright. So, our next one is the Surface Book 3. I'm going to say this was like another one, $1,000 laptops, but just to be sure, I'm gonna look it up. Reason I recommend it is it's a 2-in-1. Yeah, it's a $500 laptop base model. Oh, okay. Reason I recommend it is it has the specs that just about anybody will need if you've got the money. It's a 2-in-1, so it's not gonna break the bank. Too terribly bad. If you're on a budget of like under $300, I got a few options. So it has 8 gigs of RAM, Wi-Fi, and 128 gig hard drive, or that might be an SSD. I really don't remember. Which is actually kind of the specs I have in my stream top right now, my streaming PC. So another good reason that we like the Surface Pro. Keep in mind, I've not used it. You can get the pen with it if you're an artist. I'm not really. Let's see. I'm just trying to go over all the bases. Um, yeah, we're still not getting any decent smoothness on video. Okay, let me see here. Alright, so I'm gonna go grab my WoW tool and actually move it closer to my PC. I will be back. Alright, we're back. Sorry for the technical difficulties. First I had to go get the hotspot, and then I forgot to unmute myself. What fun. Okay, now let's see, how this is actually working. Yeah, we're still not smooth enough. So, if anybody who's actually watching it, if the, let's see, if the smooth isn't working, more than likely it's probably because my internet sucks. Okay, so on to the next one, which is actually a harder a more expensive one than the rest that I just recommended, being the Razer Blade Stealth, coming at $2,000. Keep in mind you're getting a 4K touch. The one I recommend has a 4K touchscreen, 512 gig SSD. It's all made of. It has Thunderbolt 3 for the creators, something I believe the Surface Book does not have. It's a gaming laptop. It has, a Core i7 1065, NVIDIA GeForce 1650 Ti Max Q, and it's a 14.3 inch 4K touch, like I mentioned, and has 16 gigs of RAM. Alright, so reason I like it so much, it's actually been a laptop I wanted to buy, except I do not have $2,000 at the moment. Nor do I think I'll ever have 2,000. Anywho, that being put aside, if you're looking for a decent laptop to play CSGO on, or really just about any game they'll actually can get 2-1 on it, then it's a pretty good t- 2-in-1. This one you can use with stylus, I believe. I don't think they have a actual stylus pin for it. It has Windows Hello in it, which is facial recognition. So if you're worried about your classmates trying to use a pixel view from, like, I don't know, Instagram to unlock it, then I'm pretty sure it's a little bit better than that. So, that's coming at the $2,000 one. If you are on a budget of under $300, or yeah, under $300, yeah, this is the next one I'm about to show you. May seem like I'm taunting you, but no, it's just the only one I could actually find in the price range that to me had decent specs. It is a Chromebook though, so be aware. And if you guys have any other suggestions, please comment it below, as I am literally not the most. I literally know more about desktops than I do laptops. Alright, next is our Acer Chromebook, and there's a couple I would recommend. Let me get a drink here real fast. To the two viewers who are watching, thank you for watching. So, the first one is the Acer Chromebook 315. It's coming at exactly $260 when in stock. It has Intel Celeron N4000 dual core processor. It's got Intel integrated HD Ultra HD graphics. And has with sealed memory, 4 gigs of LPDDR4 memory, 64 gigs flash memory, which means it's soldered to the actual board, and has a 15.6-inch Ultra HD touchscreen. Not touchscreen, my bad. The next one is the Acer R13, which it comes in at $509. Let me actually look it up because I can't see it. R13. Okay. So the specs on that one looks like that's an actual, like, from what I can see, touchscreen. I gotta find the actual specs, so give me a second. Yeah, convertible. It's got a touchscreen, MediaTek display, 4 gigs of the DDR, LPDDR3, so not the faster DDR4. 32 gigs, and has Chrome in it. It's a small 14.3-inch display, and brand new one. Buy it new on Amazon, it's 388. Buy it new from Acer, it's 509. Okay. So the next one to recommend is what we call the bomb. And those of you who are wondering why I say the bomb, I'm not talking about anything illegal. I'm talking about none other than, drum roll please. Or I guess not. So, now the next one is actually a MacBook Air. Keep in mind, this also has some of the similar specs to the processor, to its bigger brother, the notebook, MacBook Pro 16-inch, being they both have a 10th Zen, Intel, well, never mind. Um, so I cannot hear you over in my not really here. I can't think. Anyway, it has a 10th Zen Intel Core i9, I believe, or I really can't see. 8 gigs of RAM, 256 gig SSD storage. Keep in mind, all of these will have a SSD, except for the Chromebook. Yeah, except for Chromebook. Okay. This is a nicer uh option if you are looking specifically for um Mac OS on a budget. Being that it's $1,000, you know, if you can also find them used for like 5, 6, almost $400, and that's a pretty decent deal. Okay, we us to our last two, and then I'm going to explain some of the actual um honorable mentions. But first, let me load something up. Okay, so let me get back to this. The next one is also a $1,000 or $1,200 one. If you guys understand the patterns, because performance costs money. This being the Dell XPS 2-in-1 computer. This is like the second or third 2-in-1 laptop. This one from Dell, if you like Dell. It has a 10th Intel Core i5, um, Windows 10 64-bit English edition. I'm pretty sure you could get different ones. Intel integrated graphics HD, 8 gigs on board memory, and this is it has a 256 PCIe NVMe SSD. Man, I've got a headache from saying that. Ow. Oh, this text on the background is a pain. So, if you like Dell, there's your option. Um, it's been highly praised. It's got a 15, I believe a 17 in its version. I may be wrong on the 17, but or may not. I don't remember. Okay, so getting into our last one before our honorable mentions, we will be talking about the um I can't think. Samsung Galaxy Book. This has I literally can't see specs. 2-in-1, 13.3-inch OLED, a QLED touchscreen, Core i5, 8 gigs of memory, 256, and to the person in the other room yelling, I can't think. I need smarter people editing and watching. Anyway, coming at almost 850, it's sort of a nicer computer. Uh, yeah. Anyway, since I can't think, um, this is this Galaxy book is for if you like Galaxy and for people who, you know, love Galaxy as much as I do. Remember though, laptops are essential due to the coronavirus, and you really don't want to use or somebody else's computer, considering you might catch the corona. But hey, I'm not the CDC, and I don't plan on being part of the CDC. Believe me, too much work. Alright, so I'm gonna load up this browser of the honorable mentions that I found, and then we're actually going to. Oh, never mind. I'll just talk about. Okay, so cancel. Boom. Alright, so my camera dropped. Alright, so remember, uh, when I go into these honorable mentions, these are best on budget, and uh, couple of tips is if you are looking for a computer, you do not want to buy brand new, low quality. You want to buy something. If you are on budget, I suggest getting a older version that's still supported by the software. Being the fact that most computers made in 2019 and sometimes 2018 still are supported on most of the Windows and most of the Mac OS and most Chrome OS updates for about 5 more years. Um, thing is with Mac OS and Windows is they have longer, uh, more updates than Chrome OS do because Chrome OS normally lasts about 5 years per computer. With that being said, most times people think, "Oh, I want to buy a Chromebook." You do not want to buy a Chromebook. Because if you get put into a group where you'll work on something like editing a video, that's just a scenario. I doubt you'll be doing it. There's few and far apps that are optimized for Chrome OS. Um, like you literally cannot get the full versions of Windows apps on Chrome OS. So if you pick up one, you have to remember this may or may not be supported in next 5 years. So that's just something to remember. Okay, so the first honorable mention is the Lenovo Yoga Book 640. That's I'm not really sure prices on any of these. The second honorable mention is best best budget laptop for students, which is the Dell Inspiron 15 7591. It has a best budget Chromebook. Even though I really don't like Chromebook, I will just announce it anyway. The Lenovo IdeaPad Duet. Okay, and second to last is best budget gaming laptop. Dell Z5 gaming laptop. SE. And the best for video editing is the Asus Swift 3. So, with that being said, if you pick up an older computer, it is okay for the old computer to have a crappy exterior, this or exterior, condition. Like pick up a, skin from D brand. Totally not sponsored. Just kind of like the plugs. a lot of computers are still usable even if the OS is not supported. I've used a Chromebook for almost 6 months without it until it took a crap on me one day. It was fun. Windows is also pretty decent with the updates, seeing as I'm using a about an 8-year-old desktop that still supports on Windows. I don't know how, but hey, I'm not gonna complain. Um, if you guys have any other suggestions for the um laptops, then I suggest that you um you know I suggest you drop them in the comments so that I can tell you know be more informed. So with that being said, that's all for today. Tech